What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, dude. There's some good news and some bad news about iOS 13. Now, I don't know what you guys want first, so I'll just give you guys the good news first and then the bad news after. So the good news is that the closer and closer we get to WWDC, the more and more leaks we get of basically what iOS 13 is going to bring. We know right now it's going to be a pretty huge redesign, okay? Apparently, there's been confirmation that volume HUD is going to be changed, so it's not going to be as intrusive as this thing. It's going to be a lot more sleek and a lot more better looking, so that's a really, really cool thing. Another thing, something that just came out, I think today or yesterday, apparently Safari is going to get a little bit of a change as well. So it's going to kind of replicate what macOS is. So I kind of have an assumption that basically Safari is going to become way more responsive. There's going to be a lot of changes with it. So I'm super excited about that. Hopefully they do go out and actually do it. But as we know, it's going to be a pretty big redesign. So, and there's so much more good news about iOS 13, but I kind of want to hit on the bad news too. We got to look at both sides, man. And so the bad news is, and this is actually kind of good news in a lot of ways too, the devices with 1 gig of RAM, they're actually probably not going to be supported anymore. So the iPhone 5S is 100% not being supported anymore, but also the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus probably will not be supported with iOS 13. Now there's been a lot of rumors and stuff. I made a couple of videos on it, but that's a pretty big deal in and of itself. I'm almost 99% positive Apple is not going to support the iPhone 6 or 6 Plus anymore. So kind of keep that in mind. That's some bad news, but we kind of already knew that. But this other bad news just came out yesterday today again, is by the same guy who mentioned the volume HUD thing. Apparently he's some like XDA developer or something, and apparently from what he's saying, dark mode will be coming with iOS 13, but it's not going to come until iOS 13.1. So what this means is that yes, we will eventually get a full-on dark mode apparently, but it's not going to be able to come until iOS 13.1. Now you might be asking yourself, well, that's only one more version release or whatever, it's not going to take that long. Well, if Apple took the same amount of time that they took with this release for iOS 12, it's going to be several months after WWDC until we get a full-on dark mode, because think about it. iOS 13, the betas are coming in June. It's not fully going to be released until I think September or in the Apple event. So think about it like this. Once Apple does release it, that's iOS 12 right there. So September is the full-on version. So we're going to have to wait several more months after that until we get iOS 13.1. Now it could be literally like a couple weeks after, but it also could be a couple months after. And that'd be really, really annoying if they actually did that. I really don't understand why they would wait that long in order to release something that's already kind of implemented into iOS, because we do have dark mode a little bit. We have the smart invert, which isn't as good as this full-on dark mode, but I mean, I guess it's like 20% of what dark mode should be. So if Apple ends up doing this, it's just going to be kind of annoying, but I mean, as long as we get a dark mode, that's fine. But it's going to be super, super annoying for a lot of people who wanted to get dark mode, but they have to wait now even longer in order to get that on. Now, if that's true, then that's honestly kind of weird. But if that's not true, again, it's just a rumor at this point. But in my opinion, I really do think Apple's probably going to release it with iOS 13, but some people are saying otherwise. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, man. But that's pretty much it. A super quick video. I just want to get you guys up to date with iOS 13. If you want, I would recommend watching that video I did about iOS 13. I'll link it, the first link in the description, of basically things I went to see with the new iOS. I totally recommend watching it. It took me a minute to make it, but I actually like it a lot. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it don't mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I would really, really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.